My name is Vic Thomas. I'm from Orlando, Florida. I'm the second youngest out of 5 siblings. What's up, sis?
What's up, man? Good to see you, bro.
It's an interesting dynamic having 4 sisters, especially when most of them are older than you, because the protective role that normally a brother would have is what my sisters had over me.
Summer, right? These are your summer ones?
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed growing up, being the oldest of 5 siblings. You know, my mom always taught us that we'll always have each other, so we'll never be bored.
We were actually very tight because there was a lot of times where it was just me and my sister.
I remember changing his diapers growing up, but now he's like a young man.
So now actually it's Monday. It's kind of perfect, like with this whole deal today, that I can actually be here.
I don't get to see him often with his schedule. He's very busy, so I'm just so thankful that he can carve out just a couple days to come and hang out with me.
So you'll see us or whatever.
Okay, I'll see you.
I did have this one side where I was playing basketball very competitively, chasing after my dreams, but when I would come home, I did have to assume the role of not being just an older sister, but being a pseudo-mother as well, because I lost both my parents for various reasons before the age of 16. I became the protector of the 5 of us, kind of like the leader of the 5 of us, and I never really felt that it was a burden. You know, I just felt that it was a calling that's what I needed to do. I wanted to be able to show my siblings a way in the future so that they could see someone be prosperous out of the situation that we were put in.
We leaned on each other for everything, and so we have this awesome, close-knit family relationship. Bro, I was airballing like everything.
He's not the most skilled in the world, but he's super athletic.
It was bad. When I was like 6 or 7 and she was probably 14, 13, we'd be playing ball outside with all my neighbors and I'd be the little kid that they give the ball to just out of like a joke or just like let me score so I shut up and don't whine about things.
That sounds right.
No, man, I would not be able to let my sister beat me. Like that doesn't happen. You can't do that.
It'd be a fun and competitive game. I know he would come at me.
I was always into the military. Like when I was young, it was always about the tanks and the cool cars that they drove. But as I got older and I started to read more and more, I really loved the close bond that I saw that the military had. And so I was really drawn to that. And I kind of wanted that for myself because that's what me and my sisters had.
Going to Duke was my childhood dream. I literally talked about it for as long as I could remember. Just like I talked about Duke, he talked about being in the military since he was a kid. It was really hard to leave them, but I knew that if I left and they saw me chasing after my dreams, that it would inspire them to do the same.
Let's go, Crystal!
I definitely encouraged him to pursue his dreams, to go chase after being a football player at the Naval Academy, and that's what he's doing right now.
When I started playing football and I started getting scholarships and Navy offered me, it was an easy pick for me. I could do the military, I could do football, and I could do school all in one place. You know, she started playing WNBA and she was in places like Seattle, Phoenix, and all my other sisters branched out. Distance isn't an issue for us. We can handle the dynamics of a family that's apart and still have that love for each other that we're used to.
You're a Monumental Sports Network. Tip from Eric Bruton.
Good job, Crystal!
It was really exciting for me just to have him here courtside. My first start with the Mystics, he got to be here for it.
Down low on the block, Thomas. Beautiful move up there and it scores.
Let's go! It's an awesome feeling, like being able to be like, oh, that's my sister.
Now you're a football player, right? You play football at Navy. That's awesome.
I didn't know what he was doing, like when he was gonna be here for the day. I didn't know that he was gonna do broadcasting. I don't even think he knew. But I went back after the game and watched the video on the network.
So I'll be a rising sophomore. I play a defensive end for them.
I was like, okay, Vic, I see you, bro.
You get through your freshman year, you're smooth sailing.
He did really well at it, especially with how long they made him talk for. He did a really good job.
I think what I've learned from football and what I've learned from the military, they kind of go hand in hand because playing as a team involves a lot of selflessness. The dream I had when I went to the Naval Academy has been fulfilled so far. And for instance, like my friend down there, I've probably had one of the best relationships I've had with anybody growing up with him and my teammates and the other people that I meet there. So that's been awesome.
I was like, you ready to go big time?
I told you, I'm sitting on the half court.
Smile and wave.
He was being honored during the game, just to look out there and see him in the middle of the court, to see him being able to share a part of what I'm doing. I'm sharing a part of what he's doing, to be able to put the two together. It was so special. I was so excited for him. I was so proud of him.
I mean, school's hard and that's expected because it's supposed to be, but you get through it, and you get through it with the help of your friends and the help of your family back home and everybody else pushing you.
I've seen so much growth in him.
Good game tonight.
Thanks, bro. I saw you a little TV star out there in the middle of the court.
We're not talking about that.
We all get on FaceTime together and talk to each other. We have a group text. We stay close no matter what. Whether we're across the country, overseas, wherever we may be, we always find a way to stay together and see each other.